Greetings one and all, this is Lloyd Brown and welcome social media family to my vlog. Today, September the 11th of September, or indeed 9/11. And it's obvious when you put those two digits together, 9/11, that images of the events that unfolded in New York on that date will be etched into your mind. And it's one of those where were you moments. And for me, I was at Jetstar Studio recording tracks for my Deep album. And I was recording a track called Forbidden Lovers, which featured Pam Hall. And we never had no visual representation as to what happened and what unfolded that day. But when I reached home that night and turned on my TV and watched BBC News, even on the way going home in the car, it just filled every radio station, everyone. It was just rolling. But it wasn't until I actually reached home and turned on the TV and all I saw was just the planes crashing into the towers on loop, continuously on loop. And it just gives food for thought as to how one can go about their business not knowing of the imposing threat that can befall any one of us at any time. So I want to just take the opportunity in remembrance, in memory of all those that lost their lives that day, that fateful, dreadful day. I can't imagine. One just cannot imagine. We've had terrorist events that's happened in our country, but nothing to the magnitude of what happened in New York. So sympathies and condolences all now, many years later, to the families, because that must be a scar that is never ending. So pay my respects and my condolences and my sympathies to the families. Now, changing the subject, I want to talk about an artist who I regard as one of the most hardest working reggae artists on the planet, but he's not really getting the props he deserves. Now, it's not usual that I do this thing all the time, but credit is where credit is due, because it's clearly evidence that I see how hard he works. And it's an artist that has been mentioned in a couple of conversations between myself and my brethren, DJ Warm and Easy from the UK, and also my brethren, Sir Rockwell from rockthebox.com, based in Florida. And we both had conversations about this particular artist. And his name is Henry Buckley, but he's better known as Sadiki. The girls them Killarchi. And yeah, he's one of the hardest working artists I know, but doesn't really get much play over here. Doesn't get much. Does not get much. And apparently he was over here in May in promotion of his album, which I'm going to talk about in a bit. And basically he was just looking for shows to do. But it was kind of met with promoters saying, well, nobody not really know Sadiki over here. Which when I heard that kind of pissed me off. Because a promoter's job is to promote talent. Which kind of questions, well, what exactly are you promoting if you're not promoting someone's talent? You know? But anyway, that's a whole nother soapbox. But what drove me to making this video, I want to big up Lico Minty, who actually conducted an interview with Sadiki. Very good interview, sir. Respect. What caused me to make this video, it was based upon a request from Sir Rockwell. And he simply said to me, Lloyd, I want you to listen to this album. I really want you to give me your honest opinion as to this album. And I said, yeah, because any opinions, any findings I'm going to have, I'm just going to tell it to you straight. Whether I like it, leaves a lot to be desired, or I don't like it. And I'm going to give reasons as to why. So he said to me, why listen to this album? It's called Blue Mountain Acoustic. And tell me what you think. And I was supposed to let him know what I thought about the album last week. But because of Count Prince Miller's funeral and memorial and the events that surrounded that, I just did not have the time. So I decided to listen to it the following week. And I have to say, it's a really good album. And I must say, at first, looking at the track listing for the album, there was a few covers in there. And I was thinking, oh, don't know about those covers. And, you know, to me, they were very commercial covers to do. They weren't covers that you'd actually dig deep, you know, and do simply out of the influence those songs gave you. I mean, that's how it is for me when I do covers anyway. But looking at the covers like Yesterday, you know, I Want to Wake Up With You, and strangely enough, Pick Myself Up, a Peter Tosh song. So looking at the track listing and those covers, I thought, but I couldn't make no assumption without listening to the tracks. So I listened from start to finish. And I have to say, it is a beautifully, beautifully put together album. Absolutely beautiful. And I don't hear it. I've not heard it. The album was released in, I think it was June. Was it June it was released? June the 1st it was released. And I haven't heard a DJ play it. And I listen to a lot of stations over here. I haven't heard a DJ play it. But it's a beautiful album, I have to say. And why I'm talking about this album is simply because, yes, it's an acoustic album, but other artists has made acoustic albums that has been embraced. Tarrus Riley has made an acoustic album that has been embraced. Stephen Marley has made an acoustic album of a plugged album. I think it's Mind Control. I think he done an acoustic version of the Mind Control album that won a Grammy. So it's not a case that it's an acoustic album why it's not getting played. I just think it's the tier of artists that can make acoustic albums, and the albums will get played and heard and awarded in some cases. So with Sadiki's album, I'm just saying straight up, it's a beautiful album, and it's an album that needs to be heard, needs to be played, and it needs to be heard. And Sadiki, for me, is one of the hardest working artists out there that will go out of his way, pay out of his own money to go all over the place to promote his album. And the very least that people can do is play the tunes, but they're not getting played. His tunes are not getting played. And hurts my soul to know that. It really does. Really, really does. So, for those who claim to be connoisseurs of reggae music, or even just music, please investigate his album. It's called Blue Mountain Acoustic by Sadiki. It's not a jump up, wheel up kind of album. It's an acoustic album. So it's a listening album. It's a headspace album. So I'm sure it will have a place in your playlist if only you investigate. So please investigate. It's a beautiful album. Beautiful album. Love it. So salute to Mr. Henry Buckley, aka Sadiki, the girls them Killarchi. And I wish you all the best with the album. All the best, because it's thoroughly deserved. Alright? So it's with that, I'm going to bid you guys adieu. I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for stopping by. And as always, you've done know the coup. People, please, may I beg you, do abstain from foolishness wherever possible. Even your own. Confront it, deal with it, and move it on. Alright? So abstain from foolishness. And until I catch the item on the next vlog, stay blessed. Magan.